What's up, everybody? Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today, we are taking a look at the Black Series Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. This is the Jedi Knight look, or the throne room end of the movie look, you know, like you can see with the flap here. This is on a 40th anniversary card back, as you can see, and it is also on that brand new Luke body that we've seen a couple times. We had the Mandalorian version and then the Book of Boba Fett, so now they've gone back and have finally given us an updated throne room Luke Skywalker. And I'm super excited because I never actually owned the original, so this will be my first Luke with the actual little flap. But before we jump into the figure, take a quick look at the card here. We got the 40th logo in the corner. Nice shot of Luke on card. On the back, it just has a generic bio for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And then we also have a barcode right there. So let's go ahead and just get this guy open. Nice and easy. And this time around, we do have a couple accessories. We get a plain black chest piece, which just swaps out from Luke and then plugs in real easy, so you can have the non-flap version if you so choose, but I definitely got this figure for the flap. And of course, his green lightsaber, which looks great. This new version that they've done is a really nice representation of this hilt. I love the gold, the little bit of black, the silver, everything just works so nicely on this updated saber. I feel like maybe the green could be a little bit more vibrant, looks a little dull on this release. You can see like the Book of Boba Fett version here has like a way more vibrant green blade. Not the end of the world, but definitely something that stuck out to me. It is of course removable, and it's a really nice easy peg. And it just hooks right on to the front of Luke for some storage. So yeah, let's take a look at the figure. And here is the brand new Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker out of the packaging. And just like the other Lukes that we have seen on this body, it is another solid release from Hasbro. Just like all the Luke Skywalkers, as you can see, that head sculpt really not there. It doesn't really have a strong likeness to Mark Hamill. It gets the idea across, but for whatever reason, action figure companies just have a really hard time nailing that likeness. But from the neck down, I think this figure is truly fantastic. This new body that they have been using is really nice. It's super posable, very dynamic, and very user-friendly. It doesn't take a lot to get some really nice lightsaber poses out of this figure. So let's just jump into the figure itself. We'll take a look at those details up close. And yeah, just to get it out of the way, let's start with the head. It looks nothing like Mark Hamill at all. The Book of Boba Fett one honestly might look a little bit more like Mark Hamill. And then we also have this Mando one too, which I think this is the same head sculpt. It's just different hair and different photoreal application. The sculpt looks almost identical here. But he does kind of have a little bit of sad puppy dog eyes this time around. I don't know. There's something about the eyes. He just looks a little sad. But that's fine. I was totally expecting that. I mean, at this point in the Black Series, you know, I think Dagobah Luke is as good as it's going to get when it comes to Mark Hamill likenesses. But at least the photoreal is cleanly applied, and he does actually have a slight wash to the hair as well. From the neck down, like I said, though, this figure is awesome. I love the end of Return of the Jedi Luke. It's a great costume. The flap is just a really nice detail. And of course, the actual sculpting of the figure is really solid as well. It's mostly just black plastic, of course, but we get plenty of wrinkles and ruffles and all that good stuff. And there is some nice silver painted details here on the belt, even like the little rivets have paint apps on them this time around. Couldn't make it to the pouch, but, you know, at least we got these front ones. And these legs are nice as well. They are pinless, single jointed, and he does have the different boots on, since we all know Luke does love a good boot change. So yeah, I think they really nailed the costume details of Luke Skywalker. I mean, you know this is Return of the Jedi Luke, even though the head sculpt is really not there at all. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the articulation. And just like the Mandalorian version of this, we get some fantastic articulation. Luke can look up very far. We got a double neck peg here, so he can look down a decent amount as well. Turn the head all the way around. Plenty of attitude and side to side there as well. The shoulders do move all the way out, and we get some really nice butterfly joint action here. Plenty of range. We do have a single elbow that gives you more than 90 degrees, and it does swivel. And the gloved hand here does rotate, and it has a vertical hinge. And the grip hand here also rotates and has a vertical hinge. So double vertical hinges here on this Luke. As far as the crunch is concerned, we do just get a little bit forward here. Not too bad for a Black Series figure, of course. And then back we get a lot. We do also have some side to side and rotation. The leg can kick out straight forward. Luke can do the splits about this far. He can kick back just a little bit. We do actually still have thigh swivel. And we also have a single jointed pinless knee that gives you more than 90 degrees. And it does have swivel. Editing Nate jumping in here to let you know he also has boot swivel. Awesome. And then the feet can go down very far. They can go up just a little bit. And he does have ankle pivot. So this new Luke body is a whole lot of fun. You know, he's great at just some nice stoic poses, and then even something a little bit more dynamic. There's no denying that this is one of the best articulated Luke Skywalkers in the line, period. Now let's go ahead and move on to the size comparisons here. And we'll get things started here with the other two figures that share parts with this one. We have the Book of Boba Fett version and then the Mandalorian Season 2 release as well. Then we have some oldies here. We have the Walmart exclusive Jedi Knight Luke with the cloak. And then we also have the more recent Endor Luke that is on that original body. And this is with all of the gear removed as well. So you can see just how much better I think the new one is proportionally. It looks much more like an actual human instead of an action figure, especially when you get down to the crotch and the leg department there. Definitely a major upgrade. Following that up, we've got Han and Ewok Village Leia, and they all look great together here. If only this figure had just slightly better likeness, this would be a great shot. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader and the Archive Emperor Palpatine. And again, they all look great together. And so there you have it. There was my review for the brand new Return of the Jedi, Jedi Knight, Luke Skywalker. This is definitely a massive upgrade from the original figure, but unfortunately the likeness is really not that great this time around. It's something that all action figure companies struggle with, but it seems like lately with these newer Lukes, Hasbro's actually kind of taken a step backwards, unfortunately. But I do think the rest of the figure more than makes up for it. From the neck down, this is a really awesome release. I love this new Luke body. It's got great articulation on it. And again, this is one of my favorite looks of Luke, and I'm so happy to finally actually have the flap version. This is something I've waited to have on my shelf for a long time. So that also definitely factors in to my opinion of this figure. It's one that I'm just happy to finally have this specific look. But ultimately, I do think it's a great figure, and it is still worth owning despite the head issues. You can't deny that this figure is just a massive upgrade from the original, and it's honestly, in my opinion, an essential version of Luke to have. So there you go. That's my review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. A big shout out and special thank you to our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate from Out of the Basement, and I will see you next time.